Dusk Form Lycanroc will make its Pokémon GO debut during the Lustrous Odyssey Event, which will run from Saturday, January 6th at 10 a.m. to Wednesday, January 10th at 8 p.m. I'm not sure why Niantic is starting it on the same day as Rowlet Community Day, but they are. And starting from the beginning of the Lustrous Odyssey Event, some of the Rockruff that we encounter will be able to evolve into the Dusk Form Lycanroc. So it appears that how this will work is that some percentage of the Rockruff that we encounter will be able to evolve into the Dusk Form, and the rest will have the previously available midday and midnight evolution options. This kind of ties into the main series games where Rockruff with the ability Own Tempo are their own distinct form of Rockruff and always evolve into Dusk Form Lycanroc. Now with that said, let's get into the event details. Looking at the bonuses, we will get an increased frequency of buddy Pokemon bringing us souvenirs and gifts. Our buddy will spend more time with us on the map after being fed berries and poffins, and Rockruff hatched from eggs received as Adventure Sync rewards during Pokemon GO Timeless Travels may have a chance to evolve into Dusk Form Lycanroc. So it looks like if you got any Adventure Sync eggs during Timeless Travels and you hatched them after this event, you might be able to get a Rockruff that evolves into the Dusk Form. So a little bit retroactive there, I think is what they're saying. Not entirely clear. Next up, let's look at the research, and I think this is the best part of this event because the Timeless Travels Part 2 special research story will open up. With that, we will get the rewards of XP, Stardust, and a Rockruff encounter, which I'm assuming will give a Rockruff that can evolve into the Dusk Form, just to make sure that everybody gets one of those. I could be wrong on that though. There will also be field research, which will give you encounters with Hisuian Growlithe, Hisuian Sneasel, and Rockruff, all of which can be shiny. And for the event Wild Encounters, we will see Ghastly, Eevee, Spinarak, Sunkern, Teddiursa, Lunatone, Solrock, Yungoos, Fomantis, Morelull, and rare spawns for Espeon and Umbreon, again, all of which can be shiny. And then in the raids, we are going to see 1-star raids that will have Hisuian Growlithe, Rhyhorn, Hisuian Sneasel, and Rockruff. And then for 3-star raids, we are going to see Lapras, Aerodactyl, Hisuian Braviary, and Weirdeer coming back. All of these can be shiny. And then for the eggs, they're just adding Rockruff to the 2km and 7km egg pools. There aren't really going to be any special event eggs. There are also going to be 2 bundles, both of them offering the same items, but one is in the web store for $5 USD, and that will get you 2 premium battle passes, 2 remote raid passes, and 2 super incubators. Technically, this isn't a bad value, but because you can only use real money, not a big fan of it. You can get the same bundle in the in-game shop for 599 Pokecoins. This does mean it is technically more expensive if you were to buy the coins with real money, but because you can get Pokecoins from free-to-play methods, I think this is a far better value. All right, next up, let's take a look at some of the meta-relevant Pokemon that are out during this event, starting with, of course, Dusk Form Lycanroc. And you might be wondering to yourself, is it meta-relevant? And the short answer to that is no. It's not really any different from the midday or the midnight form. All their stats are relatively the same, and they have the same move pool. It's not a good raid attacker, it's not good in PvP, so it's not really changing anything up there. It's really just for the dex entry and for shiny hunting. So let's move on to what is meta-relevant. We'll see Rhyhorn in the raids, which evolves into Rhyperior. Now, Rhyperior is a great raid attacker. It is the number 19 ground type raid attacker, but its shadow variant is the number 7 ground type raid attacker, and Shadow Rhyhorn is available from Rocket Grunts right now, and Rhyperior performs even better as a rock type attacker with the shadow ranking number 3 with Smackdown and that legacy move Rock Wrecker, and the non-shadow ranking number 7. But note that Rock Wrecker as a legacy move will require you to either use an elite charge TM, or better yet, save those Rhyhorns until there is an event where you can evolve it and get that move. However, you can also run Stone Edge as the charge move, and that places it at number 17 as a rock type raid attacker. And then Rhyperior is also ranked number 59 in the Master League. Next up, we have Eevee and Umbreon both spawning in the wild. Now, Umbreon is an evolution of Eevee, and it is good in the Great League and Ultra League, especially the Premier Cup. It's pretty bulk focused, but you'll have to take it to level 50 and best buddy it to get the most out of Umbreon in the Ultra League. Eevee can also evolve into Sylveon, which is a good fairy type attacker, ranking at number 7. It's really good for taking down dragons as well as dark types in raids. You can also run it in the Master League to take down those dragons again, as well as fighters. It ranks number 95 there. And then Eevee can also evolve into Glaceon, which is a decent ice type attacker if you're in need of those. We'll also see Ghastly spawning in the wild, which evolves into Gengar, and Gengar does have a Mega in the game, and Mega Gengar is the best ghost type raid attacker. However, Shadow Gengar also ranks number 4, and again, Shadow Ghastly is available right now from the Ghost Grunts, and regular Gengar still ranks as the 9th best ghost type attacker. attacker, thanks largely to his high attack stat and access to all the best ghost type moves. However, he is very much a glass cannon, so you might want to make use of dodging against raid bosses. And thankfully for Gengar, there are no legacy moves required for PvE. And in terms of PvP, both Haunter and Gengar can be run in the Ultra League to similar effect. You need the legacy move Shadow Punch for the optimal moveset for both of them though, and because of his fragile nature, shields are needed for most matchups, especially against psychic types because of that poison subtyping he has. We also have Hisuian Sneasel, which evolves into Sneasler. Now its Shadow variant performs better in PvP, and it is also available right now from Fighting Grunts, but hunting it in raids and field research tasks could help you get more candies. Now you can run it in any open league in PvP, but it runs best in the Ultra League. And then we also have Fomantis, which evolves into Lurantis, which is a decent Great League and Ultra League Pokemon, thanks to Leaf Blade being in its move pool. Now it can do fairly well against the common dark types in Ultra League, but you need to take it to level 50 for that, which is going to be expensive. But if you're going to run it, make sure your team has coverage for its weaknesses to poison and flying types. All right, let's look at the best mega to go with to maximize your candy gains during this event. Looking at the pool of Pokemon that will be available, the most common typing will be Rock, and that includes Rockruff, and the most meta relevant one here, Rhyhorn. And it also covers Hisuian Growlithe, Aerodactyl, Lunatone, and Solrock. So a Rock Mega would boost all of those. So if you're going to go with a Rock Mega, that would include Mega Aerodactyl, Mega Tyranitar, or Mega Diancie if you have one. You could also go with your highest Mega level Grass Mega if you want to get a Lurantis for Ultra League, or your highest Mega level Fighting or Poison type if you want to get candies for Hisuian Sneasler for PvP. Just remember to go with whichever Mega you have of these that is at its highest Mega level, as that will get you the most amount of candy and the best chance at getting Candy XL. All right, everybody, consider hitting the like button if you found this video useful, as it helps me reach a wider audience, and subscribing if you want more news, tips, and live streams. If you want more Pokemon Go content right now, check out one of my videos on screen. Happy hunting, and we'll see you in the next one, friends.